2 plus 2 equals infinity. I was thinking about that all day today again, and my thoughts took me to Rembrandt and to this moment, almost an epiphany moment that I had when I was at the Tate Gallery, or the National Gallery in London with Serge, and I was standing in front of this painting that Rembrandt did. It was an exhibition of his late work, and this was the very last painting that he painted before he died. Simeon holding the Christ child in his hands with Mary looking on. And I was so moved by this painting, just of what it spoke of God telling Simeon, you will not die until you hold the Christ child. So he lived, and he lived, and he lived to be an old man. And one day, just before his death, he held the Christ child, and then he was allowed to go and be with his Lord following this moment. And the hands were so beautiful, and I was just so into this painting. And when I read about it, right there on the reading next to the painting, I realized that this being Rembrandt's last painting before he died, he himself had held his own grandson, the same age, a newborn, in his hands just before he died, probably when he was painting this painting. And the fact is that his daughter-in-law gave birth to his one and only grandson after the death of his very own son, Titus. Titus died of typhoid during the pregnancy of his young wife. And so all Rembrandt had left was this newborn little baby, and he got to hold him before he died. And I know that when he was painting this painting of Simeon holding the Christ child, it had way more meaning to him than 2 plus 2 equals 4. It was an epiphany for him to paint this painting. And it took me into the realm of what it means when you paint from your heart and soul, and how it almost takes over, and you are no longer the person who dictates or calculates. So I came home and I did my own drawing in front of the painting at the Tate, but when I came home, I drew from my drawing and from Rembrandt's piece onto the stone and did a lithograph from my own drawing. And when I mixed my colors, I thought it would be wonderful if the light could be on the Christ child, emanating from the Christ child. But it's not always easy to dictate that and make it accurate with these rollers that you roll around on the stone. And when I pulled the paper up after it went through the press and saw, it was like a moment of grace when I saw what the light, the golden light, had done on its own. It had illuminated Christ and even spread itself into the face of Mary and Simeon. And I just knew that it was more than what I could have done with 2 plus 2 equals 4. It really was a moment of grace, taking me to understand that 2 plus 2 in the art world equals infinity. Voila, what I wanted to share with you today. clean up my brushes and get back to getting everything organized for the next painting session, I just wanted to end with this feeling I had that could be similar to Rembrandt's feeling of painting Simeon and Christ, by the fact that I was painting the very church steeple where I was married so many years ago, and just all of those memories that come back. And of course I still go there. I'm a member there, and I listen to church online nowadays, but sometimes I go too. So it's just, it has a lot of meaning for me, and so painting something that has meaning to you, I think, is puts you on maybe way above zero. You're not starting at zero. You're starting with the love that's inside that wants to express itself through art. So today, painting the steeple of Saint-Jean-de-Malta. And then the other thing is, try not to put a dead center in the middle, because we humans, we just always want to do symmetrical things. But having it over here to the side, that's another church in the distance, and then all the buildings, the home places around the church. So it was a good session for me working on that subject matter. Thank you.